So, I am now quickly preparing myself to go to the store for my neighbor, my aging neighbor that needs something from the store right away. She is unable to do it herself. She cannot drive any longer. And I had to laugh because I said to the Lord, I don't want to be old. And I didn't mean I don't want to be old. What I meant was I don't want to be old and crotchety. You know what I mean? For all of the seniors out there that, things didn't go the way you thought they were going to go. You're stuck in a wheelchair. You might be bedbound or housebound, or things are just not the way you envisioned them as you were getting older. But I don't know how I would handle any of that, because I was at one time in a very bad position physically, because my hands and my body was just not functioning the way I was accustomed to it at one point in time. And for me, that was very difficult for me to navigate, because I had to be dependent on others to help to do certain things. You know what I mean? And that to me was a real bummer. I like my independence. And so when you begin to age, as I am, and all of you will eventually, hopefully, you begin to notice there are certain things that are just not going to be like they used to be in your body. But y'all, I don't care. And Lord, I'm so thankful that God has a sense of humor, and He does. And I know He does, because I know I'm a work in progress. Constantly, I know I'm a work in progress. I have issues, y'all. I got issues, and I'm good with it. With it. You know what I mean? But one thing I don't want to be, I don't want to be crotchety. We got people out here that are aging, and they got such an attitude. I don't know why they have an attitude. If you're still moving around and you still have breath in your bodies, I count that as a win-win every day. I count it as a win-win every single day. So, I don't know. We need to really take stock, people. Let's take stock in what's really happening. Why are you so angry? Why are you so disappointed? God said you're going to have trials and tribulations in this world. But be of good cheer, because I got you. I got you. So, I don't know. Is it because I have more faith and more trust in the Lord? I don't know. And what He says? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But we got some people that are very, very angry. And that's my neighbor. She's one of them. She is so crotchety. But when she needs something, she'll bend a little bit, because she knows she got to get something done. And I am glad, in a sense, I'm sort of glad that I'm still her neighbor, because there was one point in time I was like, if I could move, I would have moved, because she was so annoying. That's the word. That's the only word I could say is annoying. You couldn't go in the yard without peeking through the fence line. You couldn't go and come without her asking where you going, all of that stuff. It was just crazy, crazy, crazy. You know what I mean? But me, the way the Lord wired me, in His infinite ways of wisdom, He put me with somebody that truly aggravated me, but also increased my level of patience. Ooh, Jesus, I know I needed patience. Because sometimes there were words that were said that I wanted to come back at, and the Lord said, Janine, hold on for a minute, hold on. I can remember a time when she came into my home And I had a picture of my grandchildren on my fridge, and I said these are, and I put the what's the word? I called them doctors. I called both of them doctors underneath their name, their titles, right? And she said to me, "Who told you that your grandchildren are going to be doctors?" I said, "Oh, God told me that my grandchildren are going to be doctors. And who are you to say that they're not?" That was ugly. That was a bad time for me. And I asked the Lord, as I was in the middle of that heated conversation, I said, "Lord, what part of this conversation do you want me to be quiet in? And how far are you going to allow me to go in my defense?" And he told me, "Now, ask her to leave. Just ask her to leave, politely ask her to leave." And I heard that clearly. I said, "Ooh, this is the time that you need to leave out of my home, never to come back again with that attitude." And so she did leave, reluctantly, but she finally did leave. And I honestly have to tell you guys, she has never been back in my home. I will not allow anyone to come into my home that the Lord has blessed me with. Are you kidding me? And you're going to talk about me or my family in a negative way? Oh, no, that is never going to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, or ever. Okay? So, wisdom in all things, y'all. Wisdom. If it ain't right, it's got to go. You know what I mean? So, anyway, bottom line, she called me today. She's in dire straits. She needs me to go to the store for her to pick up something that she really, really needs. And I understand fully that she does. She said her son is out of town, but that's not true. I already know the story. He's not out of town. He's just not answering his phone because she has put him out of the house again with no way to come back until she feels like it. So, this is a pattern. And so, therefore, my next question to her was, why don't you just have all those items delivered? Well, I only needed one box, and they wanted me to get groceries with it. So the next question was, why didn't you order all that at one time when you ordered your groceries? I never got a complete answer on any of that. So here we are. But I'm going to ask her again when I see her in the next couple of minutes. What's your plan? You need to have a plan. And that's for everybody, I think. I'm retired. This is true. I'm on my own, empty nester, and I'm aging in place. I'm asking the Lord to let me age in place gracefully. So, all things considered, at some point in time, I may need some extra help even getting to the grocery store. I may not be driving all along. You know what I mean? That driving is another one of my major passions. But if indeed I won't be doing that for safety reasons for everybody concerned, I have to have another plan. I don't want to wait until it's time. I want to have that plan in advance. So I'm working on that right now, people. I'm working on ways to make sure that I can have what I need under my roof when I need it without being a burden and without waiting to the last minute. I'm going to talk more about that as time goes on because I'm now trying, to tweak my plan. And when I get that plan set, I'm really having a hard time speaking. Come on now. Come on, brain. Work with my mouth. Anyway, once I get that plan in place of how I'm going to age in place and all the other necessities that go along with that plan, I'm going to share it with you. And if you out there have plans in place already, those what if plans. If this happens, if that happens, all of that stuff. I'm still going through all of those. I'm just trying to think about all those things in advance. But when I finally get that plan together, I'm going to share it. And I believe that we'll be able to back and forth on that together as a community so we can help each other through this aging process, because it is a challenge. Every day is a challenge and every day is something new. Have a blessed one. Enjoy your retirement and don't be crotchety.